Gossips, trending, viral content, celebrity lifestyle. Welcome to...
Whether good or bad, I keep moving. Everything we do in this life, we don't expect that it would just go the way we want, in as much as we are very hopeful.
Do you remember your initial emotion? What did you feel?
Just like writing an exam, WASI, having to go through university, writing quizzes. You know, whenever you write an exam, you write your end of semester quizzes and whatever, you are holding on and waiting patiently for your lecturer to come up with your results. So definitely between the times I hadn't heard from Guinness or heard from anyone, didn't hear anything from Abdul, because there were once in a blue moon I asked him, haven't you seen any message from Guinness? Because immediately the news is out, whether good or bad, we need to let the public know. Mm-hmm. So the feeling, I would just say I was normal.
Did you cry?
Not at all. Before man and God, not at all. Before cookathon, there had been series of so much behind the scenes with myself and God. Always begging God behind the scenes to do something meaningful and use my wonderful skills and talents to change my story and life. God has done enough for me. And I told him behind the scenes, I promise you that if you touch my life, I would never cry for anything bad. If you touch my life, the only times I'll cry would be the fact that I am crying out of joy. It will be tears of joy. It will be tears of gratitude.
What was your husband's reaction to your reaction after he told you the news?
He was so happy. Not just my husband. My female friends, my male friends will tell you one thing about me. Whenever they are supporting me to do a course, they tell me or tell anyone outside that, look, Faila is the best you would push to do something and you would not find any difficulty in doing it. So the fact that the news came, I heard the news, and there I had some of my true fans, such as Hamdan, crying. A man crying, so like I rather felt bad seeing someone cry because my Guinness World Record results came and it wasn't pleasant. Then I'm like, Hamdan, come on. Let's not overlook all that God has done for us. Why are you crying? You shouldn't be crying. I should be crying and you would come and tell me that, Faila, it's okay. If you are crying, what do you want me to do? You shouldn't be crying.
What did Guinness say was the reason that they disqualified you?
Yes, so truly, the reason they gave me was very understanding. I'm saying it was very understanding because if just maybe they had mentioned you didn't cook well, you didn't do this right, you didn't do that right, maybe it would have hit me so hard. But they mentioned that there was a little hitch in my rest breaks.
So the rules are that for every hour, you're supposed to take 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
For every hour.
Particularly cookathon. Believe me, it's a difficult task to take. Having you stand on your feet for hours and having to work with your hands, your legs, your brain. You put 2 meals on fire at a go. However the food will come out, it should be by your intelligence. It should be by how smart you are. And the moment that food is cooking, those 2 foods are cooking on fire, because at every point in time, there must be 2 foods on fire. You are equally thinking of the next set of meals to put on fire.
So you're thinking on your feet.
Exactly.
Your hands are working.
So when you get into the kitchen, that's the hot room, you are focused on, yes, in as much as you want to follow their guidelines, especially the timings, you are focused on being true to the reason why you are in that kitchen, and that's your culinary skills.
So who was responsible for making sure that you were on time?
Yes, so when you are in the kitchen, for instance, even before you start, there is a timing team. So you cannot take so much control of your timing. You cannot. You would be there and they will tell you, they'll approach you and tell you that, oh, Faila, you have done 6 hours. You've done 8 hours. You need to get inside for the medical team to check up on you, especially the medical team. Check up on you, check your vitals, and then you can freshen up and come back. So you totally would not have control of the time. People take control of it. And for that reason, if you have 5 minutes break and you get a hitch by 1 minute, let's say 4 minutes, meaning you omitted one, it's still a reason for you to have made a mistake. It doesn't mean you had gone to do 7 hours, you went and slept 5 hours. No. If you were supposed to do 5 minutes,
you must have
and you got there 6 minutes, it means that 1 minute is a hitch to you.
Because it's a competition.
That is it.
Do you hold your timing team responsible for? Because that's the only reasons that Guinness they gave two. They said 2 violations.
Only reason.
Do you hold them responsible?
I wouldn't say I hold them responsible. Look,
but they should have been checking.
Amongst my team were very solid young guys and young ladies, particularly being youth, being there 24/7, left their various families, left their jobs, and sat there with me through it all. Believe me, gratitude would be an understatement. If because of my timing team, I got a hitch to be unsuccessful with this attempt, I can tell you on authority that I still hold them so dear to my heart. You can imagine if I had to even hold my own time whilst doing that record. How was that going to look like? They made an effort I can never undermine.
Have you heard from the team? How do they feel about this result?
I want to believe before my husband mentioned it to me, they had communicated among themselves.
Okay.
And they had kept so quiet. They kept it so confidential. So I'm free with all of them. But then sometimes I would just within those hours I would just be there, and then Jomo would text me, Faila, are you okay? I said, am I okay, Sese? I was laughing with you people 2 minutes, 3 minutes ago. Damba will call. AJ will call. Sola will text. Faila, are you okay? So I didn't get it until the news was broken
and then
to me.
It all made sense to you.
Then it all made sense. And I'm like, guys.
Do they feel responsible?
This is how far God has brought us.
Do they feel responsible? The team?
I feel they are sad because the fact that a group of young guys and ladies would spot the good skills in me, and they are so determined to push me to the top and let it happen, for all of us to embrace the fact that we can always support one another, and just maybe it didn't go the way they wanted. I feel that they are sad, but I want them to know that the impact we made out of cookathon doesn't need validation on a certificate for us to continue doing what we can do best to promote ourselves, our skills, our talents, and to help lift up the name of Ghana high.
And that's where I'm actually going now, because cookathon has come and gone. I want to know what is next for Chef Faila.
So much. So much. After cookathon, I've barely slept 2 days in my house. It's been up and down with brands, work, offices, all in trying to utilize the brand Executive Chef Faila and cookathon to make sense with every project in Ghana, from the north to the south, There are so many projects on the pipeline. If I want to count them, they will be. As we said, my team and I already have something that will blow the minds of Ghanaians in the coming months, especially. I don't want to give so much.
But what is happening now?
I don't want to give so much details.
I saw
now, there is so much. In the next few days, we'll be starting Ramadan. Yes, and myself and Electroland Ghana NASCO will be coming up with a live cooking program.
Because they were one of your headline sponsors, right?
For close to maybe 20 days. It's going to be live
cooking,
where we would feed the needy, we will give back to society, we would inspire the youth to feel how I have always felt every Ramadan, that when people are fasting and sitting peacefully in their air conditions, in their kitchen, in their offices, I am in my kitchen cooking the whole time, because that's what it is. Whether the food comes out nice or not, you're a chef and you must adjust to the fact that you can cook without tasting the meal and it will come out nice, because when people break their fast, they must eat and the food must be ready. Whilst people will hold their tummy and go and sleep and wait for it to be 6:30 for them to break the fast, it's not that way with we chefs. We stand on our feet till people break their fast. So this time around, it's going to be public, just like we did at the Modern City Hotel with Cookathon. And so we are going to be cooking live myself with all the wonderful gadgets from Electroland Ghana. And believe me, it's going to be a buffet.